Coliseum Cardiac Perspectives, where we are focusing on the continuum of heart care at Coliseum Regional Cardiac Center. And today, our focus is the Cardiac Catheterization Lab.
We are now joined, or reunited, with an individual who recently had a heart cath, Debbie Kitchens. Welcome, Debbie, back to Perspectives.
Well,
We tricked you back.
I know, it's great to be here. You know I like this side much better.
Oh, I tell you what, whatever it takes to get you back. All right. You had a heart cath, and it was rather unexpected. What were the symptoms? Tell us what led up to it.
It was the last thing I ever
I know.
expected. It's kind of like welcome old
Okay,
age.
you were still hosting this show late last year when that happened.
And I just started having some tightness in my chest, and I just didn't feel good, and decided, I just let things go too long. I needed to go to the doctor. And so when I went to my doctor, they were just like, as a precaution, which I'm so glad they do for women now, you really need to see a cardiologist. So I went to see Dr. Bartlett.
Well, now you had some other tests before the cath. What did they do first?
Well, they did the stress test. And because I'd had the knee replacement, which we also filmed, they decided that they would do the other stress test where you're not walking on the treadmill. And that was a unique experience. But, and I thought everything was fine. And then I get a call a couple of days later, and she said, well, something didn't look right. And she thought I needed to have a heart cath.
Wow.
So things moved pretty quickly.
It wasn't
after that.
an emergency, though. You did
No, we scheduled it. But pretty quickly. I mean, I just went crazy. I thought, that was the last thing I expected. It is.
Explain to us what happened when you got here and went through and all of that kind of stuff.
It turned out to be a great experience, and now I know that I can say I'm okay. But I came here to the hospital, and they direct you up to the heart cath lab. Rick was with me, my husband, and so he got to stay with me. We went back, and they prep you and get you ready, start an IV, and everybody back there was just great. They were explaining to me and to Rick exactly what was going on, what was going to happen. You feel like when you hear heart cath, it's going to be some type of surgery, and you're in a surgery setting, but then all of a sudden you're going back for the heart cath, and it became very simple and
Is it
not as
painful
scary.
when they first thread the needle in the catheter?
It really wasn't.
Really?
And I was a little uncomfortable being an employee, wondering how I would feel back there, but the people are so professional, and they just took such good care of me, and and I wasn't scared, and I knew everything that was going on.
What do you remember interacting with them during the procedure?
I probably don't want to say that on TV. No, they were great. They would tell me what they were doing, and you could look at the TV.
Really?
And actually see where they were going. Now, some of that, I just kind of closed my eyes because they had me sedated, and I just kind of relaxed. But it was wonderful. And also, she could immediately tell me that everything was clear. So it was really a good experience. And now I feel comfortable because I know that my veins are clear. So.
How did you feel afterwards? How long did it take before you were back up on your feet and everything?
It wasn't long. They said you had to stay still for several hours, and I'm thinking, I can't stay still for 5 minutes. But the time went by quickly. I think I talked with you, Nancy, right after I got back in the room, and I may have fallen asleep, and when I woke up, it was time to go home. I took it easy for a few days just because of where they went in. I think the little plug they're more concerned about.
Right.
Yeah. But it just kind of was a eye-opener for me, a wake-up call that I just need a healthier lifestyle so that I don't have to worry about
What were
things
your
like this.
post-procedure instructions in terms of how long until you could drive and that kind of thing?
Just a couple of days.
Really?
Yeah.
Good.
I was back to normal,
Did you
which
come to
normal
work?
is not real active for me. I need to change that. But yeah, just making sure that I didn't do something that would hurt that plug.
Were you at work the next morning?
Now, Nancy, I come back to work. I had mine where I was off for the weekend, but then I was back
Good.
at work.
Good. Well, tell our viewers out there any concluding comments about our heart cath lab.
Our heart cath lab is wonderful. I would say it's our best department in the hospital, but I hate to say that because I know we have many good departments, but everybody up there knew exactly what they needed to do, and they explained it to me where, I was petrified, a heart cath. I wasn't ready for that. But the procedure was very, I won't say simple because I know that it takes a lot of knowledge on their part and expertise, but they just made it really a good experience for me. And before, when I've been scared that other people were having heart caths, now I feel a lot more comfortable with that. But good
Well-
event, good event. It was a good experience for me.
Well, we're glad you came out heart healthy from it.
Thank you.
And we are so glad to have you back here on Perspectives.
Great, it was good to be back, and it's good for me to get the opportunity to tell everybody, take care of yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need this wake-up call. You just need to eat healthy and exercise.
Well, we'll be watching for another opportunity to sneak you back in.
Okay, I hope it won't be another medical emergency.
But thank you for joining us today.
Great to be here.